Hi. Thinking what is this and why it is blinking when I put this sensor in the water. So this is actually a moisture detecting sensor and we have made it very simple. So let us learn how to make this with simple components and in a very simple manner. So first, let us see how it works exactly. So here, as we have not connected anything, it is not sensing the moisture. And when I dip it in, it is making a buzzing sound, right? So why is this happening? So I have told the the moisture detecting sensor to detect the moisture and beep when it is detecting. So let us know where it is used. So you can use it in plant watering system and anywhere where you need the plant or anything to be watered on time. So let us start with the video and let us learn how to make that. So now all we need is just an Arduino and a plant watering alarm and a connector which will be getting power from Arduino and we'll be getting its power from the PC, and we need some jumper wires and a glass of water so that we'll get some moisture, and for hygiene purpose we'll have a piece of tissue. So now with all these materials, that is Arduino and plant watering alarm and a connector and some jumper wires and a glass of water. So we need as these six items, and let's start with the making process. And now I'll keep this aside. So first let us know the connections. The connections is as shown on the screen. So now let us connect it accordingly. So first I'll take is Arduino and our plant watering alarm. And now as we can see that we don't have pins attached to it. Now what we are going to do is we will get a pin from this which will be attaching here in this part of the plant watering alarm. Okay, so after attaching it right here, as we have seen, as we are seeing that there are six pins in this, but we'll be using only four pins from the front side of this watering monitor alarm. So now after attaching it, now we have to, as we saw in design and in the now as I have told that we are connecting only three pins from the front side, so I have inserted three pins. So now after inserting these pins, what we are going to do is we will take one pin, that is VCC of the watering alarm, and we will connect it to 5 volts of the Arduino. As you can see that I have connected it to 5 volts of the Arduino, and now the middle pin which we have is negative and we will connect it to ground, and this pin which we will getting the input pin, this will be connecting on A0 of analog pins. And now as we can see that our connections are ready. So now what we are going to do is we will power it using the Arduino cable. So now I will connect it to the Arduino, and the other end we will be taking the power from our PC. So now I will connect it to my PC and my Arduino will get turned on. And now all we need is to insert the code in this and let us see how it works. So after inserting the code, now our, as we can see that the Arduino is ready and it has the code inside. So now I'll take a glass of water and I will wipe this so that there won't be any moisture on this, and I will dip it in the water. So when I dip, there is nothing, right? Why? Because we have not inserted the code yet. Now let us see the code, and let us see how it works after inserting the code. And also we will see how to note down the readings of this module. So let us start with the code. I will open the Arduino IDE, and I'll open new file, and I will write this code, and this code you can get in our description box. So first we will name it as soil moisture sensor pin. So where which pin we will get sensing the moisture, like as we learned that the moisture will be sensing in the AO pin of the Arduino. So A0 pin is our sensor pin, and so now we should give some threshold for dryness and the wetness of the sensor. So when it is more or less than 600, then the threshold begins, and the value will be 600. So this after 600, the readings of the sensor, I mean the moisture sensor, will be changing, and then we will set up our void to serial begin 9600, so that we will be seeing in the serial monitor. And now we want it to work in a loop, so void loop, and now reading the moisture value. So 0 to 1023 is moisture analog reading, so that means it is reading the sensor pin, and the same value we will be printing. So print moisture, it is the output which we are giving to the code. So and if there is soil is dry, then if the moisture is more than threshold that we have seen here, the 600. So if the moisture is more than 600, then print soil is dry. Then it says that that soil will be dry. You can change that value to anything. It can be 600, it can be 900, as per your needs. Or if it is lesser than the threshold, then the soil is wet. So that is what we are telling. So now here delay. So what is this is, actually we are telling the Arduino to send the signal for every 1 second. So it is 1000 millisecond. So now what we are going to do is, let us see if it is having any error or something. So first we will verify our code, and as we can see that there is no error in our code. Now now what I need to do is, I will select the board, which let us say Arduino, and as first we need to connect our boards. So here I'll go and select the board. As you can see that there is no ports because I have not connected it, and as soon as I connect the board with Arduino, we can see the board with the USB. So now I have selected it, and the board will be Arduino Uno. So now I selected Arduino Uno and the board, and I'll click on OK, and let us see if it is working. So now our board and the code is ready. So when I click on upload, the code will be uploaded to Arduino, and it is done compiling. So now we will start the seeing the reading value. So after uploading the code, on the right top side here, we can see that the serial monitor. So now I have not dipped my sensor in the soil. So now we can see that it is dry. Why? Because it is more than the threshold, that is 600. As we can see that the value is 750. That means the soil is dry and it is getting the output every second. So now what I'll do is I'll dip it in water and let us see how it works. So now as we can see that it is still dry, and the when I dip it in water, it says that it is wet. So it is less than 600. So here we get to know the serial, the moisture level of the soil, or the water or anything. So you can make it in any form, like this can be used whenever, like in a water tanks, like you are telling that you got to switch the motor off when the tank fills, or you can make it in plant watering system. So when the soil dries so much, so you got to water it. So this is how we get to work with this, and this is how this works. So in this video we learned how to make a plant watering system in very simple manner using only Arduino and the sensor. So that's it for today. See you in the next video, Robot Builders.